ॐ आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी Sri Aurobindo Mira is my refuge. Namaste, good evening, Vande Matram, welcome all of you. The topic of this evening's discussion will be right attitude behind work. Very interesting thing. As we know, we have to work for the proper balance of the body. Some work is necessary, and work done in contact is meditation. So everything we know, we have to work. This is the integral yoga as in Gita. So this work is given maximum importance. Work done in true spirit is meditation. So we have to know what is the right attitude, what is the true spirit behind the work. And things will be discussed in the light of Sri Aurobindo's philosophy, as quoted by Sri Aurobindo in various places. From his quoting, from his philosophy, from his quotings, we will quote and we will discuss in brief about the right attitude behind the work. In one line, Sri Aurobindo quotes here, this is the right inner attitude. Very interesting. This is the right inner attitude of equality, to remain unmoved whatever may outwardly happen. To remain unmoved, that is the right attitude, right inner attitude rather. To remain unmoved whatever may outwardly happen. But what is needed for success in the outward field, if you don't use human means, deploy or tactics, is the power to transmit calmly a force that can change man's attitude. Again, a force that can change man's attitude and the circumstances, and make any outward action at once the right thing to do and be effective. So this is the thing as here in the quotes here. The thing is that remain unmoved. The force has to come, and the power is the power to transmit calmly the force that can change man's attitude and the circumstances, and make any outward action at once the right thing to do and effective. So this force will come, it will descend within us. It has to work, and we have to become very conscious of this force, higher force, and remain unmoved, so that this force will work and the work will be done. Then against here in the course, the increase of increase of samata is only the first condition, very equanimity. The increase of samata is the first condition. It is when, on the basis of this samata, an undisturbing force can be used to make their attacks nugatory, that the attacks will become impossible. So this samatha, this balance, this equanimity is a must, so that the hostile forces will not come. So they will not be able to attack you. For that, the samatha is the most important thing in this attitude. That this is the behind the right attitude behind the work. External attacks by the adverse powers on persons. External attacks by the adverse powers on the persons who cooperate. That is always a part of their tactics in the physical sphere. They cooperate and they take the advantage of this inclination, willingness. So they can be averted only by a superior force being used against them. These people, they come, this is their tactics to take hold of you and the sadhaka, and they will play, they will exercise their role. But it can be averted only with the higher force. Far higher force, that understanding force can be used to make their attacks negatory, and that the attacks will be impossible for them. So, very Sri again quote as external forces. These are always there, because here in the course, when there is divinity, there is stupidity. So these adversary forces, these baser forces, they are actually surrounding us. They will never leave you, because as we are moving with our divinity, that stupidity also in the same proportion, in proportionately, it also moves with us. For the sadhaka, outward struggle, trouble, calamities are only a means of surmounting ego and the rajasic desire and attaining complete surrender. These are the things this is coming. So many, most of the places normally we break down, we just get threatened. But thing is that it is the sign. These outward struggles, troubles, calamities are only the means of surmounting ego and rajasic desire and attaining the complete surrender. So long as one insists on success, one is doing the work partly at least for the ego. Because in integral yoga mother course already we know success is not goal. We need perfection. But whenever we are insisting on the success, partly the we work partly doing work the partly for the at least for the ego. Difficulties and outward failures come to warn one that it is so and to bring complete equality. This does not mean that power of victory is not to be acquired, but thing is that it is there. It will try to hinder, it will try to resist, it will try to obstruct. But not the success is the immediate work that is all important. Success will come on the way. Move your work's result to the divine, and divine will do everything. All things lead to its omnipotence hour. कर्मेण अधिकरस्तु मा फलेषु कदाचन. You don't have to expect the time, work and the result. Let everything, leave everything on his hand. Things will change simultaneously. Keep unmoved, unfolded, unoffended. Do your work without being discouraged. This is the attitude we have to do. Keep unmoved, unoffended. Do your work without being discouraged. Call on the force to act in for you. It is a field of trial for you. The inward result is more important than the outward. So this result, the inward result is more important than outward. So we have to open to the higher force. Don't get discouraged. Don't get offended. Don't get silly. So that this power, this attitude will be higher, and this higher consciousness will come. To keep this equanimity and the absence of reaction, and from that calm ground to direct the yoga forces on things and persons, not the egoism aims, but the work will be done. These egoistic demands and ego must not have any place while doing the sadhana. In the position of the yogi, a double action is needed. As here in the course again, there is a need of the double force. What is that double force here in the course here? Needed to destroy the ill will of the inferior and to change the mind of the superiors. That is, the double action is needed. An invisible action for the visible, for in the visible they seem to be too much under the control of the forces and of the ignorance. So invisible force has to come on part of you. That willingness, that strong willingness must be there to progress in the sort of track on the road. For that, the samatha must be entire. For a calm and harmonious use of force is necessary. Otherwise, use of the force, if accompanied by ego reaction, may raise a corresponding ego resistance and a struggle. So, thing is that we have to be very much vigilant, very much conscious, and very much really we must know what is disturbing you, what is the cause of this adversary work, the style of the working, style and working of the adverse forces. That we must be known and learned. So, again, steer in the course, of course, very beautifully. It is very satisfying to have closed so well to work you under the for the mother, because her guidance is there, her force is there in you, accompanying all, overcoming all difficulties and ending such a satisfactory result. Sri Aurobindo course and Sri Aurobindo encourages. It is the mother force that is guiding. So these difficulties and dissatisfaction, these are surmounted. But your work for the mother is always sure to be the same throughout, conscientious and skillful and inspired by a firm faith and openness of this force. Where these things are, success is always sure. So, if it is for the egocentric, naturally there is a chance of failure. When we are working with by the guidance and force of the Divine Mother, and we are working for the Mother, success is inevitable. It will come. Nothing to worry. So again, Sri Aurobindo, orderly harmony and organization in physical things is a necessary part of efficiency and perfection, and makes the instrument fit for the whatever work is given to you. So orderly harmony and organization in physical things. Harmony and organization is physical things that will bring efficiency, courage, and perfection in things whatever to be done. So it is by a constant inner growth, it is by constant inner growth that one can find a constant newness and unfailing interest in life. There is no other satisfying way. So, constant inner growth thing is in again coming. The matter is not external. Things are concentrating on the inner growth. The impatience here in the again quotes of things going wrong. The impatience of things going wrong is a defect of a quality. It's an insistence on accuracy and order. The thing that is to keep quality and get rid of the defect. Thing is that we have to be very conscious. Defects come, errors come. That is normal on the way of working. But thing is that we, by the way, in the process of this sadhana, process of work, these defects and errings, it will be reduced. And the thing is that the intensity of belief, the intensity of opening to the Divine Mother, it counts a lot. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes again, if work there, in work there must be a rule and discipline and as much as punctuality as possible with regard to time. So punctuality counts a lot in the work. What is a good work and what bad and less good work? Nothing like this. All is the mother's work. So equal for in the mother's eyes. So nothing is good, nothing is bad, nothing is big, nothing is small like this. All are mother's work. And we are here the instrument, we are the worker, we are the here to do the mother's work. So everything is same in the mother's eyes, equal. To be able to regular in the is a great force. That punctuality, regularity, it is a great force. One becomes master of one's time and one's movement. So punctuality, regularity, it is counts a great lot. A resolution means we'll try to get thing done by the given time. That is the resolution. Complete of the thing work in time. It is not a binding promise that the thing will be done in that time. This is not a binding promise, but it has to be done. Even if it is not, the endeavor will have to be continue just as if no date has been fixed. So we have to work in a very dedicated way, very punctual and regular way, so that things will be completed in a very at the shortest possible hour. And still in the quotes again, there is a consciousness in each physical thing which one can communicate. Consciousness again. Everything has an individuality of a certain kind. Houses, cars, furniture, anything, individuality it has got. Everything has got individuality. The ancient people knew that, and so they saw a spirit in or genius in every physical thing. We have to consider, already we have known these buckets, they were complaining, these dusts, they were also complaining with the mother because it is not properly done, it has been hidden, so not taken proper care of. So here in the again quotes, the rough handling and the careless breaking or waste or misuse of physical things and denial of is a denial of yogi consciousness, and the great hindrance to the bringing down of the divine truth to the material plane. So this must be eradicated. It must be thrown, rejected rather. It is very true that physical things have a consciousness within them, which feels and responds to care and sensitive to careless touch. It is there, we have already seen. And the rough handling also, that buckets we are complaining for this sightness, these trees we are also complaining, we have seen so many examples. To know or feel that and learn to be careful to them is a great progress of consciousness. Again, Sri Aurobindo finally speaks here that you must be on your guard against the ideas and the suggestions of this physical mind and accept none without determination or subjection to the higher light. That is the most necessary, that is the true.